Let's play a crystal ball game.
Love that.
Your kids develop into stars. They're a 4-star, 5-star recruit. How heavy are you pressing on them to go to the U?
Not. I'm not.
Are they
really.
U fans though?
Oh yeah, I would love them to go there. And if they asked me, I would tell them about my experiences there. But Miami's not for everyone. Ohio State's not for everyone, right? Like I think,
Why you bring them up?
Whoever.
No, I'm just
Michigan, Nebraska, whoever. I mean, my point was big schools, small schools, private, public. Miami's a small little private school in Coral Gables, Florida. If you drove by it, you wouldn't even know it was there.
Mm.
It was great for me. It was great for my competitive spirit. It was great for my development. It was great for getting me outside my comfort zone and getting me outside of my box I grew up in. But it's not for everybody. Like maybe I went to Ohio State or Michigan or Nebraska, and that might not have been for me. So I'm a big believer. If they asked me, I'd tell them all the positives that I had, but like they've got to find a path that suits their needs and they've got to find a school. So if they were ever in that position, and who knows if they will or not, like they've got to go where they can make their own path. And if it's Miami, great. But if it's somewhere else, awesome. Like I'm not going to tell my kids where to go to school. By that point, like they've got to start learning, making decisions. I went to Notre Dame. I signed with Notre Dame out of high school. Mm-hmm. It lasted 3 months. My first ever adult decision. I got there and I was like, whoa, not for me. And transferred to Miami before the season even started. So like, you got to go through some of those you got to go through some of those moments. You can't just tell your kid, go here to here to here to here to here, because they're going to grow up and they're not going to have any ability to make decisions. And if they make bad decisions, how do you get out of it and get to a better one? So would I love them to go there? Of course. My wife and I both went there. But I don't need them to go there.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel the same, but you ain't going anywhere in the Big Ten.
My dad went to college. Actually, went to college in Nebraska, Midland Lutheran College in Fremont, Nebraska. So he's got a lot of Nebraska ties. But yeah, I don't know.
You don't let your kids go anywhere in the Big Ten.
I'm saying that you don't have to go to Nebraska. You're gonna know that I want you to go there, but you can go somewhere else. But it's gonna be outside of the Big Ten.
Yeah, they're not going to Purdue.
Yeah.
What about Michigan?
They ain't going
what about
to
Michigan?
They ain't going to Michigan.
They're not going to Michigan.
They ain't going to Iowa.
Uncle Taylor.
No, you ain't going in the Big Ten.
They're not going to be Michigan men?
No.
First off, let's talk about what about education? Like
And
Michigan's a top 15 public school in the world.
I think we have the most academic All-Americans in college football.
The bar's pretty low if the N stands for knowledge.
Warren Buffett, the Oracle. Right down the road.
All right. So you guys have different parenting styles.
So you let him go to Florida State?
Yeah.
You put a Florida State jersey on?
Here's my take on like team allegiances and stuff. Don't get me wrong. I love Miami. I have great memories. They were a big part of my journey. Met my wife there, our family, like love Miami, everything about it. If all three of my kids went there, great. Now it's $100,000 a year, so they better be damn good at whatever they do, but we'll still pay for it. But like, if they went to Florida, like I'm not that guy that's like, you cannot say the word Florida State in my house. I played for the Bears. And
yeah,
it was
that's
like,
a little too extreme.
The Packers are sacrilegious. In Carolina, it's like Atlanta. I'm like, do we really give two like, I'm not a big like team rivalry guy. Mm-hmm. I like people.
Now, has that been a thing that you are now? But what about when you were at Miami? Was like Florida State? You still were zoomed out?
Yeah, I mean,
enough?
the Florida State game was huge. Don't get me wrong, but like when you're in that moment, that's all you know. It's you and your boys. You're drinking
Kool-Aid. Like you're fully invested in hating whoever
on
rival
the team. But I'm just saying now, like taking a step back and removing myself. Like Mario Cristobal is the head coach at Miami. He was my tight end coach. He recruited me when he was at Rutgers with Greg Schiano when I was in high school. I met Mario when I was a 16-year-old kid in high school. I went down to the Miami camp. He then went to Rutgers with Greg, recruited me there, ended up coming back to Miami and was my position coach. Now he's the head coach. When he was the head coach at Oregon, I took my boys out to Oregon and spent some time with him, and they all wore Duck stuff. And now, was I a diehard Oregon fan? No, but when they were playing, was I cheering that Mario had a lot of success? Yes. Like, I cheer for my people. I've gotten to know Ryan Day. Mm. Am I a diehard Ohio State fan? I'm not. I've never cheered for Ohio State. Ohio State beat Miami in that big national championship game, and I was in high school and I hated it and I wanted Miami to win. But like, I like Ryan Day. If Ryan Day tomorrow was the coach at Michigan, or if Ryan Day went and became the coach at Oshkosh School, I'd want him to do well. I'm just not like so wrapped up blind into program and team and this, like school. Like my kids wanted to go to Florida State, that'd be amazing. That's just, I don't know. That's just how I'm wired.
There's no right way to parent.
There's no right way to parent. You can't judge other parents.
Yeah.
I feel them on the relationship stuff, but when it just comes to the kids going somewhere.
So who's the no-brainer school? Your kids come home, Daddy, I'm so excited. I just got my acceptance letter to here, and you're going, not happening. Like where?
Iowa
Iowa would be one.
would be yours, yeah.
So your kid comes in.
My kid, if Bussin With The Boys was still had any type of relevance, or if I could still do any damage on the internet, if my kid wanted to go there, they will publicly know where I stand.
Fair enough.
And Husker Nation will know when the battle for the border is happening, they won't see me in black and yellow.
Would you still pay the tuition? If they said, Daddy, I love you. Do you have boys or girls?
Girls.
If you think you're telling your fucking...
Yeah.
You are... How old? They're young, right?
Yeah, they're young. Rue's 3.
Okay. Where's the fucking camera? Let me just... mark this day right now. This guy's so full of shit. Because he has... Do you have 2 daughters?
2, yeah.
He's got 2 daughters. And if he thinks for 1 second... the 17-year-old daughter who comes in and gives Daddy a hug, and her Iowa acceptance letter comes in the mail, and it's her dream because her and her best friend are going to go there and room together and join a sorority, and they're so excited.
Ooh.
If you think for a million years he's not writing that tuition check and giving her a hug and saying, I'm so proud of you, honey, you're my baby girl, you're so full of shit. Because guess what? They're going, and you're writing the bill, and you're going to fake a smile, and you're going to be there.
And you're going to be in Iowa City and being like, yeah, you know what? This place isn't half bad.
So,
I'm happy for you, sweetie.
Listen.
I'll go by an Emmy Lines, but I'm wearing red.
Listen.
That's fine.
Here's my final way.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Disown your daughter.
This is my final take on this. This is my clearest way I can put it. If my kid said, Dad, tell us where to go. It's down to our final 3. We love them all, and Miami's in the mix. Obviously, I'm saying, let's go to Miami. Like, it's amazing. It's like, yes. But if they came to me and said, Dad, Miami's just not for me. Like, I didn't like the campus. I want to go somewhere bigger. I want a state school. I want whatever and if it was Florida State, Michigan, Alabama, or a community, whatever it was, great. Go to college. Go learn. Live your life. Get a degree. Make mistakes. Learn how to take care of your freaking dorm room.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. Like, I'm paying the bill wherever they go as long as they're good kids.
And I think too, like if I had a son and he was good enough to go play college or whatever, I think a lot of it I would think about too is like who's coaching them.
Yeah.
Like when I said the no Big Ten,
people.
it's like if they came back and they're like, Coach Lanning, Oregon offered, and knowing Coach Lanning, it's like, hey, that's a guy. That's
a guy you want to be around. Yeah,
and that's my point about
people.
That's a guy you want to go play
kid.
around. Who else have we been around? I mean, Sharon Moore.
I mean, even Dillingham.
Yeah, Dillingham at ASU.
A great dude. Yeah.
Really, a lot of the guys we've came across, you kind of can tell.
I would feel a little bit different if my daughter wanted to go to ASU. I'd have a harder time with that.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I'd have a harder time with my daughter going to ASU.
Arizona State.
But like for me,
son,
I would tell him the same thing. I would tell my son, I'd be like, listen, ASU.
If you ask my daughter,
you're going to go and you're going to see a lot of beautiful girls. That's the reason why Daddy didn't go to ASU. I'm from Arizona. I went down those streets. I've been down Mill Avenue, and I've looked both ways, and I didn't know which way to look because there's so many beautiful girls. That's why Daddy went to Michigan. That's why Daddy chose not, because Daddy wanted to go to the NFL. That's what I would say.
This is what you're telling your 17-year-old
That's what I'm telling my son.
Daddy?
My daughter, so when we're having the conversation, I have 2 girls, 7 and 4.
I got a daughter.
Daddy,
I got one daughter too. So it's daughters are different animals.
Yeah, my daughter, I've told the story multiple times since it's happened, but we're watching playoff hockey. And my oldest daughter, she's not like, she could be athletic. She's 7. But I'm basically telling her she's not very competitive, which is totally fine. But we're sitting there watching playoff hockey together, and I'm like, sweetheart, you have the genetics. You have like the ability, like your mom's athletic, your dad, you've seen the Wikipedia. I've showed you the highlights.
Your dad's a dude.
Yeah, your dad was a
third grade
dude.
Corner.
Right, exactly. I was like, if you wanted, you could play sports in like you could get your school paid for. You could do all these things. Like you could really make something if you wanted to do this. And she sits back in this chair and goes, you know, Deb, I think I'm just going to be me. And that was the moment I was like, I'm not going to press her at all anymore about sports. Because she was always like, Daddy, you're always talking about sports. I'm like, yeah, because it's really all Daddy knew growing up. So like, obviously I'm going to try to get you into these things. But now that I know that, so if we're having the conversation at 17 years old and she has an acceptance letter from Ohio State and she's like, I want to go to Ohio State. I'm thinking, why would you want to go there? It's not like a predominant like educational school. Like it's not anything like that. Michigan, top 15 public school. You want to go to somewhere like there's a lot of other places. But if she wanted to go to Ohio State, I'm bending the knee.
Yeah,
I'm bending the knee.
We all sit. It's just the way it goes.